Devidasi from Cincinnati.
Hare Krishna, Yashomati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shil Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining Mataji and giving a beautiful association this morning. Welcome to the call. All Guru Share Services Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sivani Mataji, and what pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shil Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining this morning and giving a beautiful association this morning, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shivani Mataji, I'm starting the recording. You can go and read
Okay,
Shloka.
Mataji. Sure. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all for this mid-morning session. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. The business of leader, he must be himself always enthusiastic and inspire others to always enthusiastic. Then he is a real leader. Letter to Trial Das, December 27, 1972. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Haridas Varya Prabhuji. Prabhuji will be enlightening us on the topic of the sacred vow of Margasisha, session 4. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Haridas Varya Prabhuji, thank you for your valuable time and association this morning. Waiting eagerly to hear from you, Srila Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Please take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranams. Welcome all for this series that we have been conducting, which is called as the Sacred Vow of Margashish. It's only very apt that Srila Prabhupada mentions today in the quote that a leader should be able to inspire. And what a leader we have as one of the gopis whose verses is what we are studying as a subset, a rivulet, or a tributary to Srimad Bhagavatam, where between the 6 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have a leader called as Andal or Goda Devi, who is a daughter of Mother Earth. And she is giving these wonderful verses. And we are at verse number 2 after seeing verse number 1. It's a long set of verses considering we are taking one verse in a week. But nevertheless, it's an ocean of nectar. And I thank each and every one of you. And I thank Bhakti Sangha Japa Group for giving an opportunity to share these gems, these wonderful pastimes, and these wonderful realizations, and seeing the Gaudiya connections through them to all those who are interested. So without further ado, let us start today's session. It is session number 4. Those who are joining us new, they can look up to the other sessions which are available on the YouTube channel of Bhakti Sangha Japa Group, and they can verify and recap the introduction of this Margashish Vrata. They can also look at who is Andal, and they can also have a recap of what was verse number 1. Today we will delve into verse number 2. But first we will offer our humble prayers and Mangalacharan to all the spiritual preceptors, acharyas, who have been kind enough to give their commentaries on such great works, without which we are completely lost in this vast ocean of Vedic literatures. So let us offer our humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, the entire Gaudiya Parampara, the Sri Vaishnava Parampara, and everybody who are Vaishnavas. Om Ajnanatimira Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsham Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Zavadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvatamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासति गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome once again to the Margai or the Margashish part of the lectures. We are running a series of lectures called as the Sacred Vow of Margashish, in which we are delving deep into these set of Katyayani Vrata, which is appearing in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 22, between the verses 1 to 6, the prelude is been given of how the gopis of Vrindavan, the young Nanda Vraja Kumarikaha, they performed this Katyayani Vrata. So between these 6 verses that Shukdev Goswami mentions to Parikshit Maharaj, the 6th verse talks about how the gopis woke up early at dawn and during the Brahma Muhurta time in the first month of the Hemanta season, and how they performed this vrata by holding hands together and loudly chanting the holy names and doing Sankirtan and taking cold water bath in Yamuna. That is our inspirational verse where we see how it happened in the 8th century when the same verses were heard by Andal. She transformed her entire village into Vrindavan, her friends into the gopis, her temple into Nanda's Bhavan and Nanda's mansion, the deity in the temple, which is known as Vatapatra Shai, the one who is reclining, and the Vishnu who is reclining, she transformed him as Krishna, and she is praying that Krishna becomes her husband. The same prayer which Vraja, Kumarikaha, the young gopis of Vrindavan had. So this is the series that we are seeing. And today we are going to see verse number 2. In fact, the second verse of this wonderful work, which is given by Andal, who is also known as Goda Devi. As usual, those who have been attending the session, they know that we would be covering every single verse in across 6 dimensions, starting from the context setting. We will go verse and translations. Of course, the verse is in ancient Tamil, so even the modern speakers of Tamil will find it difficult. But nevertheless, we will delve more with the translations and less with the Tamil. And we will see the Acharya's commentary, the connections with Srimad Bhagavatam, how we can draw parallels with our Gaudiya literatures, and finally the quiz for all. If you have heard all the 5, then the 6th is the pictorial treatise. That is a pictorial quiz of whatever you have heard till now. Our great artist known as Keshav, he has painted so many wonderful pictures on this Tirupavai, extolling all these meanings for us, which makes it very easy for us to understand. So without further ado, let's just delve deep. The first dimension, which is the context setting. We all know the journey, and this is the journey that we have been taking so far. Margashish, that is the onset of winter, has commenced in Vrindavan. It's a severe winter, and Gargacharya has mentioned that to do away with the drought and the famine kind of condition which is artificially created by Krishna, one has to perform one has to perform this beautiful vrata, the vrata of Margashish, and this has to be performed by young gopis. However, everybody is thinking, who will be the one who will perform this vrata? And they know that their young gopis in their house, they will be doing this vrata. And they, elders, they allow the gopis to perform the vow. They also choose Krishna as the security guard because he is a mischief monger. So they thought that they will let us punish Krishna and make him the security guard. But we all know that is the greatest blessings for the gopis as well as Krishna. And hence, with all enthusiasm, like how Srila Prabhupada mentioned in today's quote, the leader of the gang of gopis, Andal, who is a gopi herself, now calls all her fellow gopis one day before the vrata, and she's explaining all the things about the vrata. And hence we saw the first verse, which is last time we saw the purpose, where she addressed about the 5 wives, which we generally call it. Who is to do the vrata, when it is to be done, what is to be done, whom it is addressed to, and why are we doing it. Today, we are going to delve into verse number 2, the Andal's code of rules and regulations. What are the do's in the vrata and what are the don'ts in the vrata? Generally, this do's and don'ts is a very boring topic, but Andal, she's a very wonderful narrator. She ensures that every single verse of her is amazing and it is absolutely a delight for those who are hearing. We still have to go many verses like 3, 4, and 5 in the coming weeks before we reach the homes of the gopis. And there are 10 particular homes that we are going to knock on their doors. And all of them together are going to go to take a bath in the river Yamuna. So this is the story so far. And we have traversed up to this place, which is verse number 2, the do's and don'ts. We have verse 3, 4, and 5. All these 5 verses will explain to us what is the meaning of this vrata or the sacred vow, what is its intention, what are the do's, don'ts, etc. So that's the context, the first dimension. And for those who are joining us new, a very quick recap. The first verse talked about when it is the holy month of Margashish. Who has to do this vrata? The beautiful young gopis of Srivilliputtur, which is Vrindavan of the south. What is to be done for this vrata? It's talking about the morning early bath in the waters of Yamuna before dawn, in the Brahma Muhurta time, taking bath. Why this is done? There are many reasons. The external reasons given to the gopas that it is performed for getting rains in the village so that nice grass can grow, the cows can eat the grass and can give us milk, yogurt, butter, etc. The second reason mentioned is that they have been told to do Nam Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the holy names, and for which they need a musical instrument called as the drum, or in Hindi it is called as the nagada, which they need to beat it, and to the music, to the tone, they need to sing the holy names of the Lord. So they're doing this vrata to get this from Krishna, who is the master musical genius, who plays the flute and attracts everybody's heart. He is the one who has this musical instrument, which is called as parai in Tamil. And number 3 is a very Gupta reason, an internal reason which only the gopis know. That is, they are worshipping, like the Vrindavan gopis, Katyayani, they worship Katyayani to get Krishna as their husband. They want to get married to Krishna. They want Krishna as their husband. But that reason is not openly revealed. The only thing that is revealed is to say that we are doing this for rains and for musical instrument. And the gopis ask this question. So whom are we praying to? If it is a vow, whom are we praying to? They mention the beautiful dark-eyed Lord with dark-eyed like lotus petals, red lotus petals, and one who is like a raining cloud, Sham Sundar. We are doing it for Krishna. They call him Narayan so that the other elderly Gopas understand that they are doing it for Narayan, but in the heart of hearts, they are mentioning Krishna. So they're calling, just like how the Vrindavan Gopis mentioned Katyayani, Bhadrakali, but the real reason, as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, the real reason was Krishna. So in this way, this is the first verse. She has already explained what, why, who, when, and whom. And we all know there are 5 wives and 1 husband. We generally acronym call it in this way. So if these are the 5 W's, the 1 H is how. How are we supposed to perform this vrata? That is verse number 2. And in this, you should understand the genius of Andal. So that is the context sitting, the first dimension, that the purpose has been mentioned. Now we are going to rules and regulations. And that's very apt as well, because any topic, when we present, first we should present what is that topic, whom it is intended for. Then once people are attracted towards that topic, then we can speak about how to understand and the further details of that topic. In the beginning, if the person is not at all interested in the topic, then there is no point in starting the topic with the details of it. Many people commit this mistake that they start with the details. A very funny example is once given. In a temple, there was a sannyasi. And the sannyasi said that anybody who is interested about Krishna consciousness can come and get guidance from me. So a very enthusiastic devotee walked up to the sannyasi. He told the sannyasi that I am interested. Please tell me, what should I do in bhakti? What should I do? He said, what is your intention? He said, I need to get liberated. This is my intention. My desire is to get liberated. So please tell me what is that I should do. The sannyasi said, it is very easy. You wake up 4:30 a.m. in the morning. You take a cold water bath. You have deities. You sit before Tulsi Maharani. Chant 16 rounds. If it is Ekadashi, chant more rounds. Do not take onion, garlic. Follow 4 regulative principles. And chant 16, minimum 16 rounds, and even more rounds are welcome. Then attend Srimad Bhagavatam class. And then have only prasad, no onion, no garlic, only sattvic diet. Then work for Krishna. Then afternoon will arrive, attend Bhogarti. And after that, attend the Tulsi Puja in the evening. Again, hear Bhagavad Gita. Like this, you think about the Lord and go to sleep. He said, okay, that's very good. Only one day, right? He said, no, next day morning again, wake up at 4 a.m. Do this entire thing. He said, throughout my life, I have to do this. He said, yes, throughout your life, you have to do this. He said, thank you very much. I'm not even interested. And he started running away from the temple. And when he was running away, there was another sannyasi who met him and he said, hey, why are you running away from the temple? The person said, why are you asking me? I asked one person just like you, what should I do to get liberated? And the person told me all these rules and regulations, which is impossible for me to follow. He said, I have a better method. So he said, what is your method? Don't tell me the same rules and regulations. He said, no, I have a better method. First, do you know what is liberation? He said, I have no clue. I've just heard that one should get liberation. Then the person said, liberation means there is no dukkha. There is no repeated birth and death. One will go outside this material world. One will take a beautiful bath in the Viraja river. One will transverse the Vaikunta planets where the Lord will be lying down in Shir Sagara, and one can see Adishesh, Ananta, and the Lord will be lying down. He will be happy to see you. And if you go to Goloka, Krishna will be so happy. It has rivers of milk, rivers of ghee, butter. Everybody is happy. There is no dukkha. There is no anxiety. There is no loan. There is no EMI. There is absolute bliss everywhere. Krishna will welcome you, embrace you, make you sit on his lap and kiss your forehead. And he will say, where have you been? I have been missing you. And there will be so much relishable things to eat, savor, relish. This is liberation. He said, this is so wonderful. I want to get it right now. Immediately, I want to get it. And his interest peaked. And when his interest peaked, the sannyasi said, very easy it is. Wake up 4 a.m. in the morning, take a cold water bath, sit before Tulsi, chant 16 rounds, ensure that you wake up your deities, do Mangala Arati. After that, you attend Srimad Bhagavatam. All the rules and regulation told by sannyasi, he said it. But now he had a purpose and he was interested to do. This is the same formula. We all have become Krishna conscious. If somebody tells us right in front when we picked up Krishna consciousness, the rules, the regulations, nobody will pick it up. But we have all been kind by Srila Prabhupada, who have been giving us so many purports where he's explaining about the spiritual kingdom, and we get naturally interested. And when we get naturally interested, we would like to know more about Krishna. And that is the same thing which is happening with the gopis. In the first verse, she mentioned about the purpose, which is to attain Krishna. And she described about Krishna. She said, Karmeni Shangan. That means he has very red, lotus petal-like eyes. He's dark, rain cloud-like features. His color is Sham Sundar, and he's very beautiful. And hence we are going to attain him through this vow. Everybody is interested. Now that they are interested, just like that aspirant, now she is telling the do's and the don'ts. So let us look at the verse for the do's and the don'ts. And this is Tamil, but one can hear the 8th century Tamil, how Andal had narrated. Vayattu Valviral Namum Nampavakke Sheyum Kirish Seigal Keliro Parkadalul Payat Tuyina Paraman Adipadi Neyunnom Palunnom Natkale Niradi Mayitedom Malarit Namudiyom Chayadana Chayom Tirkuralai Tikkuralai Chennadom Ayyamum Pichayum Andanayum Kaikati Uyum Arneni Uhandelor Empavai. Of course, this is very difficult for those who are in different regional languages, who are from different states or parts of the world. But nevertheless, every word is glorifying the Lord. And just by hearing these words or even reading them as you stutter towards the Tamil, that as you read, brings all auspiciousness. So you see that in this text, some of the words I have highlighted the color in green. Some of the words or some of the text I have highlighted in red. Because it's the do's and the don'ts, so we will follow this legend. That is, the do's will be always in green and the don'ts will be always in red. So let us look at the meaning. And very easy it is. She says, now everybody has come together and they are constantly hearing what is she going to say. She is calling once again to everyone. She says, Vayattu Vavil Namam Nampaveke. She says, all of you who are born in this world of sorrow, because this world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. But you gopis, you are the greatest. All of you who have assembled here, you are greatest because you are now going to partake in the pastimes of Krishna, because you are Vrindavan gopis. In the Vishnu Purana, in book number 2, chapter number 3, text number 24, it is mentioned how great it is to appear in Bharatavarsha. It is mentioned that Bharata Bhumi, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this, that it's very, very auspicious to take birth in Bharatavarsha. What to speak about Mathura Mandal? What to speak about Braj Mandal? And in that Braj Mandal, you are gopis. And when Krishna has appeared, you are partaking in the pastimes. You are taking part in the pastimes. And you have become almost like contemporaries of Krishna's maid servants. This is very, very great. Hence, you guys are all fortunate. You girls are all fortunate. So I'm calling all of you, those who are very fortunate, she says in the first verse. And she says, I would like to tell you, listen to the manner of performing this ritual. I'm going to give you the code of conduct. I'm going to give the Andal's code of conduct. And she says the first code of conduct, which is in green, she says, we shall do Nam Sankirtan. What Nam Sankirtan? Specifically, we are going to gently sing the glories of the lotus feet of the Lord. Which Lord? Whose lotus feet? Lotus feet of that Lord who is resting quietly on the ocean of milk. Oh, you mean to say Narayan? You mean to say the Vishnu? Again, they have thinking, oh, we came for Krishna and now she is talking about Aishwarya, Narayan. We are in Vrindavan, we are in Braj. But Andal is very clever. She knows the elders are also listening. So she gives this meaning. She says, we shall gently sing the glories about the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality who is resting quietly on the ocean of milk. You will see why he is resting or reclining on the serpent bed quietly. And then she says, while this is the first thing that we will do, we will sing the glories of the lotus feet of the Lord. The second thing she says is a don't. So she is comparing one do, one don't. So as you go from green to red, you know we are talking about don't. She says, we shall not eat milk or ghee. So two things she said, I'm not going to do. So she said one do and two don'ts. We shall not eat ghee. We shall not eat milk. When? During the period of the ritual. Okay. Now she again says a do. We shall take bath before dawn. We all will go together and take bath in Yamuna before dawn. But Prabhuji, why is she mixing all of these do's and don'ts? Why can't she be structured? She can give all the 6 do's together, all the 6 don'ts together. Hold on to your horses. There is a reason why she is doing this. Then she goes on a spree to say, what are the things that they will not do? She said, we will not smear our eyes with kajal. Neither we shall deck our hair with flowers. And she says, we shall not do actions which are not done by elders. That means whatever rules and regulation our elders have kept forward, we shall follow those. Hence, we will not break any code of conduct which is kept by the elders. And she says, we shall never indulge in prajalpa, neither we will blaspheme other devotees, neither we will be envious even by our words, thoughts, and actions. Now, this is one of the most difficult things, even in Kartik Vratas, when we go to Vrindavan, many of our senior devotees mention us. The most difficult in Kartik is to ensure that we are not doing paradushan. Paradushan means speaking ill of others, especially devotees. You know, this person did like that person did like that, this is what it is. It's almost very sinful. So here Andal is saying that we shall ensure while we are doing this austerity, we shall never utter anywhere falsehood or any words that hurt other devotees. That means they will not blaspheme any devotees. They will not find faults in other devotees. They will not speak ill of other devotees. So here, don'ts. Shall not eat milk, shall not eat ghee. 2. Shall not smear eyes with collyrium. 3. Shall not deck our hair with flowers. 4. We shall not break the rules set by our elders. 5. 6. We shall never blaspheme or indulge in prajalpa. These are the 6 don'ts. She continues with do's. She says, we shall honor during this vrata with liberal gifts of grain and money. But how much should we give? Should we give 1 sack, 2 sacks, 3 sacks? Or only we should give it gift? She says, no, we should indulge in charity too, like how Bali Maharaj did. We should give in charity to all the sannyasis, all the brahmacharis, all the devout spiritualists who are interested. We should give them charity. But how much should you give? Is there an amount? As much as possible. Yatha Shakti, one should give. We shall honor with gifts to our spiritual acharyas, and we shall give charity. We will give gifts and we will give charity. So these are another 2 do's. And at the last, she says, we should always reflect upon the spiritual path of life. And we should be enthusiastic in performing this vrata, not thinking that, oh my God, this is the second verse. Now still 28 verses to go. And after that, this Margashish month will finish. Oh my God, every day, new verse, so many meanings. No, we should be enthusiastic. Like how Ekadashi comes, we should not think, oh, Ekadashi has come, now I cannot eat. No, we should be enthusiastic. Ekadashi it is. Now it is austerity time. Let us chant more rounds. So these are the do's and don'ts. So let's quickly see the do's once again and don'ts. I have just classified them so that it is easy to read. Take morning bath, do. Sing the glories of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality reclining or resting in the ocean of milk quietly. Honor the wise with acharyas with liberal gifts and grain of money. Offer charity. Reflect upon the higher way of life and perform Nam Sankirtan and congregational chanting of the holy names blissfully. These are the do's. What are the don'ts? We shall not eat ghee. We shall not eat milk. We shall not smear our eyes with kajal. We shall not deck our hair with flowers. We shall avoid actions not done by our elders, not performed by our elders. And we shall never blaspheme or indulge in prajalpa. So she is very clear in putting this verse number 2 and not as verse number 1, because she has first showcased the goal and now she is talking about the means to achieve it. So the placement of this verse is very, very important. And we should take a lesson out of this verse that when we are presenting a topic, first we should give the background of the topic. We should give the purpose of the topic, what the audience will receive by following this topic. That should be first spoken about. And this is very wonderfully mentioned here. Now is the main thing. Now we have understood the verse translation. The verse translation is very simple. Everybody, please assemble. Please hear the 6 do's and 6 don'ts. And we have listed the 6 do's and don'ts. And by the time we finish through the Acharya's commentaries, these 6 do's and don'ts will be very much registered in your mind. And if it is not registered, you can always listen to the lecture again and go through these 6 do's and don'ts. So first, let's go through verse by verse, the word by word. First, she is saying, all glory to all of you gopis. So the first line says, all glories to all of you. Like the Jai Ghosh we say, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. She is saying the same, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the gopis who are assembled. Because you are the most fortunate women living in this world. In fact, you are the only ones who are fortunate. The gopis are the real fortunate people who are living in this world. Why? Why do you say that the gopis are really glorious? Because only they are living. Because they are witnessing the pastimes of Krishna. They are enjoying and relishing the pastimes with Krishna. In fact, everybody else is just staying, just living. Just like once my boss asked this question, during the new year, how many people are there in the organization? Generally, it's a lean period. So in the new year, not many people turn up to work. So when he asked this question, I said 20 or 30. Oh, he said, that's quite a good number. I said, you asked me the question, how many people turned up for the work? How many people are working is a separate question. He said, okay, how many people are working? I said 1 or 2. So this is a clear distinction. The number of people turning up for work does not mean that all of them work with the same intensity. Similarly, all the people living in this world does not mean, as per Andal, that they are living. Only the gopis are really living because they are enjoying these pastimes of Krishna. They are in close proximity with the elderly gopis and they are understanding that Krishna's pastimes are so divine and they're constantly thinking about Krishna. She's saying, gopis, you are the ornaments of Mother Earth. And actually, we are a burden. In fact, she is the crown jewel, the crest jewel of Mother Earth. She's the daughter of Mother Earth. But she's taking a very humble position and saying, you all gopis are the real ornaments. She has no enmity, enviousness against other gopis. She's very welcoming, inclusive. And she's saying that you all are glorious because even in Vaikuntha, such pastimes cannot take place. So it is Krishna who has left all the places and he has come to Sri Vrindavan Dham and he's doing these beautiful pastimes. He doesn't do these pastimes in Vaikuntha. So we have no interest in Vaikuntha. We are interested in Vrindavan. We are interested in Braj. So let me tell you, gopis, you girls are very, very fortunate. And I am very fortunate because I am amidst all of you. And she's saying, let me tell you about our ritual. Now there is a question, why is she saying our ritual? Just like how Dasharath Maharaj said, Iyam Sita Mama Sutta. Dasharath Maharaj said, this Sita is my daughter. Or she says, my daughter is Sita. This is how you should say. But this woman, Sita, is my daughter. He has so much of Vatsalya. He has so much of love. He has so much of attachment, fondness, spiritual devotion towards Mother Sita that he says it in this way. Similarly, Andal is saying, this is our ritual. Don't think that this is something which is conjured by me. This is ours. And everybody is equally excited. This is a true leader. How Srila Prabhupada just mentioned in today's quote. A true leader inspires. And here is Andal inspiring each and every one of them saying, this is our ritual, our vow. And this was given to Gargacharya. And Gargacharya said, only we could do it. It's exclusive for us. But I want to make it inclusive with all of you. And we all know that our ultimate goal is to attain Krishna as our husband. And this is the common goal which is in our heart, threaded like a garland. And that garland we have to just make Krishna wear. And our marriage is complete. He becomes our husband. But she says, even we have to follow some rules and regulations. She's intensifying the focus, the spotlight on the do's and don'ts. She uses the word here, sheyum. This in Tamil is very important because she says, even we, though we are glorious, we are in Vrindavan and all of this, but even we can commit mistakes. So we should be very, very careful. And we should ensure that we are following some rules and regulations. So one gopi asks this question, are you sure we have to follow rules and regulations? We are all surrendered to Krishna. Whatever Krishna does, we will take. He said, we are surrendered unto Krishna. Yes. Yes, we are surrendered. But don't think so that we are following these rules and regulation, that because of these rules and regulation, only we will get Krishna. Or because we want liberation, we are doing this. In fact, whether we get liberation, whether we get Krishna, it is in Krishna's hands. We are just doing it out of love for Krishna. Because if we do this vrata, Krishna will be happy. This is our intent. Just like a mother and child, a mother might be totally sick, but still she will wake up and cook for the child. Now, if somebody says the mother actually woke up because she is afraid of the society, that the society will say that she is not cooking for the child. Or somebody says the mother is actually doing this to get pious credits, that she is feeding someone. Actually, both of this cause is incorrect. She is not worried about the society, what they will say. She is not worried about the pious credit. She just loves her child. That even if she is sick, she will wake up and cook for the child because the child likes her food. Similarly, she is saying these rules and regulations we are not following for any shastric injunction or any fear of the society or out of any liberation. No, we are just doing it because Krishna likes it. Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam. Bhakti iti uttama. We are doing this, performing this activity so that it is anukula. This is favorable to Krishna. And Krishna likes this. So this is what we are doing. So please listen carefully. The do's and the don'ts. In fact, it's wrongly written here. It's the do's and the don'ts. But then one might ask, why is she saying listen carefully? Are the gopis distracted? They are gopis. They are not distracted. They are, in fact, everybody is enthusiastic. But she's seeing that amongst the gopis, because in the previous verse, she described the beauty of Krishna. And when she described the beauty of Krishna, saying he has beautiful red lotus petal like eyes, and he is Krishna, who is Sham Sundar, who is having a very dark rain cloud kind of the color. And when they heard about this, they just lost everything. They were lost in the thought of Krishna. So she's clapping her hands and saying, listen, listen, come back, snap out of your divine ecstasy, snap out, listen carefully. I'm going to say about the 6 do's and don'ts. And she starts with saying, please, let's do the first thing. Sing the glories of the Supreme Personality. That's the first do. We should sing about the glories of the Supreme Personality's lotus feet, who is reclining quietly in the ocean of milk. And one gopi asks, why is he reclining quietly? Is he not in deep sleep? She says, he is not in deep sleep. He's just listening. He's just waiting to hear his devotees if they would come to him. So he's not even talking to Mother Lakshmi. Lakshmi is constantly is doing seva to his lotus feet, but he's not even talking to Lakshmi. They don't even converse, because he feels when he converses with his wife, if some devotee comes and asks something and if he doesn't hear, he feels very bad. So he's fully attentive. And he's fully attentive. And hence we should sing the lotus feet of the person residing in the ocean of milk. Half the gopis start to go away. He said, first to do itself, we don't want to hear. He said, why? What happened? Why are you going away? Please stay near. He said, we are here for Krishna. You again took us to Vaikuntha. She's saying, you should worship Lord Narayan's lotus feet. We have nothing to do with Narayan. We want Krishna and Krishna only. So Andal says, please understand, the elders are hearing. So for them it is Narayan. But I said ocean of milk. Have you not looked at Vrindavan? Everywhere Krishna has 9 lakh cows. When all the cows start to give milk together, will it not become an ocean of milk? Vrindavan is the ocean of milk. I am talking about Vrindavan. And the lotus feet, we all know the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Wherever we go, we see the imprints of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, which I sang about in the first verse. I am talking about Vrindavan. And I am telling you that he is lying down quietly. Why he is lying down quietly? Because first of all, he thought, if I am in Vaikuntha, the spiritual Vaikuntha planets, all these Indra, Varuna, Chandra, Brahma, when they have problems in this material world, they cannot approach me. So they come to Shvetadvipa, offer the Purusha Sukta prayers, and they say, Kamsa has come, Ravana has come, Kumbhakarna has come, Hiranyaksha has come, Hiranyakashipu has come, and they ask my favor so that I can help them. And half of the time, it is not for bhakti reasons. It is for reasons for worldly material affairs. And every time he tries to goes to sleep, they knock on the door and they come back with one new request. But still, for those requests, he is lying down in Vaikuntha and he is hearing. And because of constant knocking on his doors through the Purusha Sukta prayers, he is not getting any sleep. So he is quietly sleeping. So tell me something, my dear gopis. Vrindavan is the ocean of milk. And Krishna is what we need. I'm just saying these words so that the elders understand it is Narayan. But if we go to him and offer our prayers only to achieve him, which even the demigods are not doing, will he not give himself to us? So if we go to him asking for Krishna, wouldn't he bless us? He will definitely bless us. The elders are feeling very nice. Oh, wonderful. She is going to ask for the rain, the musical instrument, they are going to get it. But here she is saying, Let it be whatever means. Have you not seen the gopis, what Parikshit Maharaj heard? It might be Katyayani, but the real intention is to get Krishna. It might be Narayan, but the real intention is to get Krishna. This is their goal. So in the first do itself, she is hitting a beautiful message home, that she is saying that he is reclining quietly because his sleep is disturbed by the demigods. And they are asking worldly affairs. But when we go with our pure devotional intent, they will hear our prayers. So he is not in Yoga Nidra. He is ever alert. And the Lord is reclining down in Anant Shesh, but he is not even speaking to his own wife. And hence, he is Param. He is supreme. And hence, we are going to sing his glories. So the first thing that they say is that we shall sing the glories of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is reclining quietly. And then she says, we should also take bath. But here, if you say, see, in the do's, taking bath comes second, singing the glories come first. So in fact, she is saying, Nam Sankirtan comes first. When we first wake up from the bed, we should chant the holy name of the Lord. Then we should brush, we should take bath, everything. Why? Because the real snana is the mantra snana. The real bath, there are many baths. Bath with Ganges water, bath with flowers, bath with herbs. But the best snana is the mantra snana, taking bath with the holy names of the Lord. Cleansing ourselves with the holy name of the Lord. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. That is the best bath. So she is actually giving the preference of singing the holy names first. And then the second do's is that we shall take bath early at dawn. Then comes the beautiful two don'ts. She is saying, one shall not eat ghee and one shall not eat milk. My dear Prabhu, at least making presentations, make a little grammatically correct. It is not eat ghee or eat milk. It should be drink ghee and drink milk, right? One should not drink ghee. It is liquid which we are talking about. Why are you writing eat ghee and eat milk? It should be drink ghee and drink milk. Milk is to be drunk. It's nectar. And what to speak about Vrindavan milk? It is nectar. But my dear devotees, what can I do? This is the grammatical usage that she has used. Unnom. Unnom means eat. She's saying one shall not eat ghee, one shall not eat milk. But let us look at this grammar a little bit. In English language, even the words for drinking, there are so many words. Like when you are drinking slowly, just applying a little bit of pressure of air and drinking in small bits and amounts, like a juice, you call it as sipping. When you take the liquid completely in a normal flow, it is called drinking. When you use the tongue to taste or consume something, and often softly or delicately, it's called slurping. It's a little different from sipping. Sipping can be with a straw, slurping can be, it might induce a sound as well. Nursing, somebody says that drinking gradually or caring for a drink over a period of time. They don't eat it together. They'll keep it for 3 hours. Are you nursing the drink quite well? So they keep nursing it. And then the final one, when you get after Nirjala Ekadashi, you get a pot of Charnamrit, guzzling, consuming liquid in large amounts and quickly. We all have gone through all these different words. These are the words for drinking. But now let's talk about eating. There are much more words in English language. When you take small bites of food, it's called nibbling or nibble. When you eat very quickly, it's called as gobble. When you taste every single bite, it's called savoring the food. And when you're thoroughly enjoying all the preparations, it's called relishment. When you take a solid food, bite it like mango, and you are sucking the nutrients out of it and making it liquid and drinking it, it's still called eating, but it's called as sucking. Eating means consuming solid food. Feasting, it's a celebration with food. Feeding, that means you are feeding it to somebody else, giving others nourishment. Chewing, that means you're chewing the food and taking all the nutrients. Scraps, after people have left over, you are eating it. That's called as eating scraps or remnants, partaking remnants. Then it's called partaking remnants, which is shared with everyone. The spiritual master partakes remnants with others. Honoring, prasadam, with lot of devotion in the heart. And finally, swallowing, ingesting without chewing, just swallowing. So many words are there for eating. And similarly, in Tamil also, you have so many different words. In every language, you have the way you consume a product. And she chose this word, eating, not drinking. It is her, she knows all these words, but she's very peculiar in choosing don'ts. This is do's and don'ts. It's like a code of conduct. So she chose, we are not going to eat milk. We are not going to eat ghee. And the acharyas give very wonderful reasons. Reason number one, ghee and milk in Vrindavan is so fat. It is not a liquid, it's a solid. You cannot drink the milk and ghee in Vrindavan because it's so rich. It's so rich that it needs to be eaten. So it cannot be drunk. So she is right. One should not eat milk, one should not eat ghee. Second, these are Brajvasis, my dear devotees. Their staple food is milk and ghee. So staple food is not drunk, staple food is eaten. So ghee and milk is a staple food in Vrindavan. Everything is made out of ghee and milk and butter and yogurt. So she is right. She is speaking the Braj Bhasha. Maiya mori, main nahi makhan khayo. Doodh khao, makhan khao, ghee khao. These are the words which Brajbasis use. I am not the one who is going to eat milk and ghee. Third, one Acharya says, they have never seen milk and ghee because Krishna never leaves it. The minute the udders are full, Krishna will come and drink it from the udders of the cow. And the minute the ghee, yogurt is kept, he will come and steal it. We don't see milk and ghee. So if we don't see it, how can we eat it? So we are not going to eat it. Another gopi says, yes, because you already said that we should go to the ocean of milk. When we have gone to the ocean of milk, we have to offer something to the Lord. So we offered all the ghee and the milk. Now we cannot take it. It is not yet prasad till the vow is complete. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Sheyur Havishyam Bhunjanam. They take unspiced khichdi as per Srimad Bhagavatam. They are not taking milk. They are not taking ghee. Another gopi says, we have already relished the prasadam. You said, think about the Lord, sing about the glories of the Lord. That is the real prasad. That is the real food for our soul. So once we are eaten, why should we eat again? We are not taking ghee and milk. And another devotee says, when we go from one place to another, in trains and aeroplanes and all of, we take a little bit of prasad with us for the journey. Similarly, through this vrata, we are going to achieve Krishna. So the real prasad is Nam Sankirtan. We don't need milk and ghee. And this is the Brajvasi's language. Look at our Acharya, so wonderfully they are giving various 8 to 9 reasons why she said, we shall not eat ghee, we shall not eat milk. She says, but we should take bath. And the Nam Sankirtan is the ritualistic bath. We should offer ourselves to Krishna. And that is our prime goal. We should ensure that we are doing Nam Sankirtan. That is our morning ritualistic bath. But she says, anyway, we should go and take bath in Yamuna. That is a do. So she said 2 don'ts, 2 do's. Then she says, we shall not wear kajal in our eyes. Why we should not wear kajal in our eyes? Because kajal is a sign of auspiciousness. So it is auspicious, right? Doing the vrata. No, we don't have Krishna amongst us. We want Krishna as our husband till our goal is reached. This is not auspicious. If Krishna is with us, everything is auspicious. Now Krishna is not with us. So we have to show our desperation. We have to show our devotion that we are not happy that Krishna is not with us. So we shall not wear any kajal. But when we get Krishna, we will immediately wear it because Krishna likes to see our eyes with kajal, with collyrium, with the anjana. He likes to see. But what about flowers? No, we will not use flowers also. Why we will not use flowers? We will not use flowers because, again, we are not showing auspiciousness, that we are not showing ourselves to be very happy. In other words, they are saying that we are not taking care of this body. We'll control our senses. We will not take care of this body and apply a lot of cosmetics, take care of our body early in the dawn. We apply all the cosmetics, shringar. No, our main interest is to go take bath and go and awake Krishna up in Mangalarati. That is our goal. So one gopi says, but what if Krishna gives us a garland? Then we will take. If Krishna is picking up the garland and giving it to us, we will wear. But by ourselves, we shall not wear any of these. So she said two more don'ts. She shall not eat ghee, we shall not eat milk, we shall not wear kajal, we shall not wear flowers on our head. Then she says, we shall not do those things which our elders have not said. Or our elders have said, this is what you should do. We shall not break the code of what the elders have said. She is a perfect example of one who follows the Kula Dharma. Just like in Valmiki's Ramayana, Bharata was told to take over the kingdom. And Bharata was said that now the cremation is also over of Dasharath Maharaj, and as per his liking and Kaikeyi's liking, why don't you take the kingdom? So in Ayodhya Kanda, Sarga number 79, text 7, he says, Jeshtasya Rajata Nityam Uchita hi Kulasyana na evam bhavantamam vaktum arhinti kushalat janaha. He said, it is indeed appropriate to bestow kingship always to the eldest of our clan, and the eldest is Lord Ramchandra. And you are all conversant with this Kula Dharma. You all know this rule. Still, you want me to become a king? Immediately start making a road towards Chitrakoot, Panchavati, and all of those places. I would like to go and bring Ramchandra back. These are his statements. Even he is saying, I will not step outside the rules and regulations set by our Kula, our Dharma. It is the same argument that Arjuna keeps, that we should not kill the elders who have set the rules of Kula. And then she says, we shall also not indulge in blasphemy. And in fact, this is also shown in Valmiki Ramayana. And this particular shloka of Valmiki Ramayana is actually even greater than the Rama's Charama shloka, because Sita's Charama shloka is this. Hanuman goes back and says, Rama is victorious, he has killed Ravana. Now, shall I kill all these Rakshasis? My nails are like the nails of Narsingha. My roar is like the roar of the thunderbolt of Indra. And my punches are as devouring as the trident of Lord Shiva. Shall I kill all of these Rakshasis who have given you trouble? Sita says, no. Papanam va shubhanam va vardaharnam plavangavam karyam karunyamahena na kaschin na paradyati. She says, kindness is to be shown by a noble person, either towards a sinner or to a virtuous person, or even to a person who deserves death. You should show kindness, because there is no one who never commits a wrong. Hanuman says, I have never seen Rama committing a mistake. Sita says, no, you don't know, Rama committed a mistake. But before that, I committed a mistake. He said, what mistake did you commit, Sita? He said, I committed a mistake that I should have kept quiet, but I asked Ramchandra that please give me a golden deer. When my deer, who is far worth more than a gold, is dear and near to me, Lord Ramchandra, I still asked for a material possession, which is a golden deer, which was Marich. So that was my mistake. My second mistake was I spoke ill words to Lakshmana. That was my second mistake. The Hanuman kept quiet. He said, what mistake did my Lord Ramchandra do? He said, Ramchandra ran after that deer. He should have told me that this is not good. He said, he told you. But he should not obey all the things what the wife asks, the husband need not do. He should have not run, but he ran. That was his mistake. But Hanuman, you have also committed mistake. And Hanuman was shocked. Hanuman said, I have committed mistake. How have I committed mistake? You are sitting and listening how we committed mistakes. So you're indulging in Prajalpa. So you sat down here and heard how I committed mistake, Ram committed mistake, and asking everybody's mistakes. That is your mistake. So everybody does a wrong. And what we should do is we should be kind. We should not be envious. We should let go. And we should let go of such a person. And hence she says, don't blaspheme, don't do prajalpa. And finally, in the last two lines, she says, we should be very charitable. And how we should be charitable, she gives a very wonderful way that how Bali Maharaj gave charity. That he gave charity to Vaman Dev. Of course, he took away everything, but he was okay. In a very funny way, it is said that there were two people, two devotees. One devotee had a lot of wealth, but he was not charitable. And the other devotee had very meager sources of income, but he was very charitable. And they both stayed opposite to each other's house. So when somebody used to come to this rich devotee's house to ask for charity, he would always say, point his two fingers to the opposite house. And he say, he is very charitable. Go there, your purpose will be solved. Like this, every time he was a little miserly and he did not give any charity, but he was showing these two fingers to the opposite house. Finally, it happened that because of his some false practices, this rich person who was just becoming a devotee but did not become a devotee completely, he went to hell. And in hell, they were boiling him in the hot oil, but they gave him two bulletproof vests on his two fingers. He was thinking, everything in my body is burning, but these two fingers are not burning. He asked, why is it so? He said, because you did a charity of showing it to a person who is doing charity. You indicated these two fingers towards charity. Even that is considered great charitable act. So hence, your two fingers are protected. And afterwards, what happened? He woke up from the sleep. He thought that he died. He went to the hell, but actually he was sleeping and dreaming. And immediately one person came and said, a new temple has to be formed. Please give me 5 crore rupees. He said, come outside the house. And after coming outside the house, he started paying obeisances with his full body in the direction of the house, which is opposite to him, who is giving the dakshina or charity, thinking that if he points his entire body will be saved from hell. Andal is saying, don't become like such person. Give as much as you can. Whatever is your capability, let's offer gifts. Let us offer charity. And in this way, she says, let's perform this activity in a very enthusiastic way. So she gives us the 6 do's and don'ts. But this is where she hides the meaning. Now is the reverse card of this slide. It's actually again a glorification to the spiritual master. Let's look at it very quickly because almost time. We have 10 more minutes. She's saying very quickly, she's saying, all of you have assembled. You are great devotees who have come in Vrindavan. Here she's saying, all of you are glorious disciples who are following the instructions of the spiritual master. Now all my god brothers, god sisters are together. Now you please hear the do's and don'ts while serving the spiritual master. First is, we shall not eat milk, we shall not eat ghee. She's saying we shall always, but before that she says that we should serve the lotus feet of our spiritual master and sing the glories of the lotus feet of our spiritual master. Every day morning we should wake up and sing Mangalarti. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. We should sing the lotus feet of our spiritual master. And then we shall not eat ghee and we shall not eat milk. Means ghee is hidden inside milk. It's like sense enjoyment. The world is the milk And the sense enjoyment, ghee, which is hidden inside it. So don't go after sense enjoyment. Don't be interested in this world. Always immerse, take bath in the activities of the spiritual master. Don't apply kajal. That means jnana yoga, reading everything and understanding through the eyes is not going to happen. Don't adorn different flowers of karma and bhakti yoga. Maybe possible, maybe not possible. Just be dependent upon the spiritual master. Because he is the one who is showcasing us. These different flowers may act or may not act, but his instructions will always bring fruit. If he tells you to walk in bhakti yoga's path, do the activities, do it. Don't surpass the spiritual master. Don't surpass the instructions of the elders, of the previous acharyas. And please don't indulge in blasphemy of any devotees. And please don't indulge in blasphemy of other god brothers and god sisters. Always regularly attend classes. There she spoke about gifts and charity. Here she is saying is gift is attending the classes. The gift is acharya, that is the spiritual master is sitting and giving Bhagavatam class. It is a gift to us. Sit and listen. Give your rapt attention. Srila Prabhupada's lectures are a gift to us. Sit and listen to them. Have a rapt attention. And charity is when other devotees are sitting and doing Harikatha, Tushyanticha, Ramanticha, do this charity completely. And always pick up the chanting beads and chant very enthusiastically. Don't think that I have so many things more to do. So the same verse, which is applicable to speak to the gopis, has a different dimension where she is glorifying the spiritual master. So this is a twist in the second verse. We saw the same twist in the first verse. So this finishes our Acharya commentary. Bhagavatam is very simple. 10.22.1, it's mentioned Cherur Havishyam Bhunjana. That means that can be offered to Agni. That is called Havishya. Grain, milk, yogurt. But in this specific case, they are saying we will not eat milk. And the vow will be subsisting on the above. And the purport mentions they took just spiceless, unseasoned khichdi. This is what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Another place in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.33 speaks about this shloka where specifically it mentions about the Lord's lotus feet. And there also we see the 6 reasons of what it does in Lord's lotus feet. In this verse, it is glorified that the Lord's lotus feet does these 6 things. It destroys the embarrassing conditions of material life. It awards the greatest achievement for the spirit soul. It gives pure love of Godhead. It's a shelter of all holy places, and the most important, Bhavabdi Potam. It is the greatest boat for crossing over the ocean of birth and death. She is saying, let us glorify the lotus feet of the Lord. 11.5.33 speaks about it. What to speak about charity? 1.9.27 Srimad Bhagavatam says, Dhanat Dharman, Raja Dharman, Moksha Dharman, Vibhagashakha, Stri Dharman, Bhagavad Dharman, Samasa Vyasa Yogataha. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, to give charity is one of the householder's main functions. And he should be prepared to give in charity at least 50% of his hard-earned money. This is what Srila Prabhupada writes, at least. And that's what she's saying, as much as possible. And Srila Prabhupada has given here a percentage, at least 50%. A brahmachari or a student should perform sacrifices, a householder should give charity, and a person in the retired life or renounced order should practice penances and austerities. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives us this perspective. What to speak about our Gaudiya Acharya inspirations? She's talking about singing the glories of the holy name and the lotus feet. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktish. Verse number 2 of Shikshashtakam. That hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda, and you have these names, and in these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. So she's asking us to do Nam Sankirtan, the same thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. And she says, don't indulge in criticizing other devotees. In Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.521 to 4, and in Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami writes, Satadam Satam ninda namna paramam aparadam vitanute yatakyatim yatam khatam bhusahate tadvigharaham. Do not blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. So she's saying, let's not do prajalpa, let's not do offenses. This is the number one offense we do before we chant. So while she's starting with Nam Sankirtan, but she's also giving the offenses. Let's not do this offense. In the similar way, we also, before we chant, we do the do's and the don'ts. We say the 10 offenses of the to be avoided while chanting the holy names of the Lord. So this is in the same way, this whole verse is talking about the do's and the don'ts. So now we enter the last quiz section. And I would request devotees to use the raised hand feature so that we all can participate. And I would request somebody from the Bhakti Sangha Japa group as a moderator to call out the person so that they can give the answers. In these pictures, which are beautifully drawn again by Keshav in his Krishna for Today as his Instagram, he posts all these beautiful pictures. You can see each and every picture having a meaning, what we just discussed for that verse. So you have to guess what those pictures stand for and where those meanings, from those pictures, where those meanings are highlighted. Okay, so be ready to look at the picture. What do you see? Please raise your hand, those who are seeing the picture. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, and we have Parima Mataji. First was Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishna's lotus feet.
Krishna's lotus feet. What is the relation with that, with the verse, Mataji?
Because this, she said that we should meditate on Krishna's lotus feet, who is lying on the ocean of milk.
Absolutely right. So this is Andal. She's meditating on the lotus feet, which has a flag, which has a shank, chakra, all of those. Very nice. Anything else, Parima Mataji? What else do you see? Who is offering
I
these?
I see the rishis and the celestial beings offering flowers and obeisances to the Lord who is lying on the ocean of milk.
Okay. So what does that signify from the meaning? What we heard today?
That signifies that we should offer our obeisances and our respects to the Supreme Lord Vishnu, who is lying on the ocean of milk, even though inwardly they were offering their obeisances to Krishna.
Okay, partly yes. Vinita Mataji? Any other answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. I was thinking if I will get or some other devotee will get it. Okay. So, Prabhuji, it's like you were explaining that how these devotees who are offering the prayers are asking for only the material things. But we are asking, like she's saying that we are just asking about him. So he will definitely give us. We are not asking any worldly things.
Absolutely, yes. So that's why she's on this side. The rishis, the munis are on that side. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Now going to the next picture in the interest of time. Yes. This is now more interesting. Those who are seeing the picture, please raise your hands. And I welcome other devotees. Even if you are wrong, don't worry. Please raise your hands. Describe what you see in the picture. Parima Mataji, Kirtida Mataji again. Let me see if anybody else. You can use the chat function also in case you want to write down, in case you are not able to speak. Yes, Kirtida Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. In this, Andal is comparing this ocean of milk to be the Vrindavan. That
Yes,
how
absolutely right.
ocean of milk because of the milk that is coming out from the udders of the cows.
Yes, that's right. What can you say, Parima Mataji? What is in his hand?
In his hand are the cows. I can see 2 cows in his hand.
This is not cow. This is a cow.
Yeah, that's a cow. Yeah, that's a cow.
Do we speak about butter today or
Yes, that's
ghee?
butter. Yeah, that's butter. Looks like
Clarified butter.
Yes, clarified butter. Yes.
And this?
And that is
What are the two things we are not supposed to eat?
ghee.
Ghee is here. That is
Ghee.
clarified butter.
Ghee and milk.
So cows are milk.
Yeah, cows and milk.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that is what they are not supposed to, eat. But I don't know why. If I am, it's just like I'm getting. I mean, I'm finding
That's
this
correct.
meaning. Maybe it's not. It's not there in the. But they are also engaging their cow-like senses in the worship of.
Absolutely right.
Krishna.
That's another thing.
Yes.
That's what she's drawing, and she's telling the cow-like senses to follow
Yes.
to Krishna. Absolutely right. Yes.
Yes.
Vinita Mataji, what else can you add to the picture?
Prabhuji, I don't know my my understand, but as you said, if you go wrong, also it's okay. So that's why I'm trying. So I was thinking those are like a flowers she was drawing, and we should not put the flowers on the head that we were also talking, right? Like the designs that they were put down. I was thinking like that. I don't know if I'm wrong.
She's drawing Rangoli, and she's saying that please follow in the footsteps of this.
Acharya.
But she doesn't have any flowers on her head. Very nicely noticed that she is not wearing any garlands of her whole. She's not wearing any. And she doesn't have kajal in her eyes as well. And why? What is this cow doing, and what is she trying to tell the cow? This is the code of conduct. She's trying to tell everyone, these are the do's, these are the don'ts. And here in the vicinity, you see a temple as well. The temple is what she thinks that this is Vrindavan, this is Nanda's Bhavan. This is the temple which is next to her house. And hence all of these are very wonderfully shown. And this
Is
beautiful
she trying to, Hare Krishna, sorry, Prabhuji. Is she trying to wake up that cow? Because the whole thing is she goes from house to house to wake up.
Oh, we have not reached there yet. So we are in the second verse.
Okay.
We have not reached there yet.
And Prabhuji, usually Adisesha is there for reclining pose of Narayana. But here there is a tree. Prabhuji, is that a tree?
Yes. So he is the one who has created the entire, it's the banyan tree. He is the one who has created the entire world. Still, he is accessible to all of us. Just like a farmer is very close to his creation. For example, he takes care of his farm, but his heart will be very on the boundaries of his farm. Anything that happens in the farm, he will be immediately notified. He will know. Similarly, the Lord is also lying down very close to his creation. And hence the creation is also shown in the form of a banyan tree or in the form of how Adishesha holds all the different worlds of the universe. A very deep way of depicting. And if you see, the dhoti itself is just flowing like milk. That means you can presume that it is like almost like Yamuna, or the milk is abundant in Vrindavan. So many different meanings are shown. Okay, next one. Quickly, in the interest of time. Okay. This one, very easy. Not too many meanings, but simple ones. Yes. What does the parrot stand for?
Talking.
Wait. One person at a time. Yes, PS. Can you go ahead? We'll give choice. We'll give opportunity for others also. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Priyambada
Yes.
Radha. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
she is glorifying Krishna and then telling, I think, do and don'ts. Or,
Absolutely. Yes, but the parrot also stands for, she's glorifying the twist. What is the twist that we saw in the verse? Who is the parrot?
Shuka.
Shuka. And Shuka is like a spiritual master. So she's glorifying the spiritual master. And she's not turning herself to Krishna. She's looking at the spiritual master, because the spiritual master will be the one who will be revealing Krishna to us. So the whole second verse is also a glorification to the spiritual master. Yeah, and the Tulsi says that she is in Vrindavan. A very simple painting. This one is more detailed. Please have a look. What is she doing? Yes, Kirtida Sundari Mataji.
She is drinking the Charanamrit from the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord.
Absolutely. She's singing the glorification, means almost she's drinking and taking bath in the nectarian glorification of the lotus feet of the Lord. And of course, we know where this scene is. This is entirely in the ocean of milk. The milk ocean can be seen here. Adishesh can be seen. The Acharya, that parrot, is still there. And she's saying that she will not drink milk. The cows are there. She's engaging the senses. In fact, the cows are drinking what is spilling over from after her consumption of the nectar. So that means our senses should be engaged in serving the devotees, and we should be hearing the katha, we should be hearing the realizations of other devotees once they have fully relished the nectarian pastimes of the Lord, or their lotus, or the glories of their lotus feet. Quickly, 2 more pictures and then we are done. Yes. Very simple one. It's like a mystery, right? Every photo you have to really delve deep and look at it. Can anyone say why is she holding a stick? And why is she drawing a circle?
For do's and don'ts.
Absolutely right. Do's and don'ts. This is the code of conduct. This is do's and don'ts. So she's drawing the rules and regulations. And what is the cow doing? Cow represents our sense.
The lotus feet of the
Licking
Lord.
the lotus feet. So our senses should be engaged in singing the glorification of the Lord. So do's and don'ts, the code of conduct. Yes, this one, you have seen it before. Same like the other one. What's there in his hand? His hand has a cow and this hand has a ghee. The same picture in a different form. The last one. Yes, this is the latest which he posted just 4 to 6 days back. So now this has got an interesting difference. You can see a very nice silk saree as a textile at the background, and there is a circle. The circle indicates do's and don'ts. Yes, Vasundhara Mataji, go ahead. You see a new entrant. What does?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The
Yes.
tortoise represents the senses.
Absolutely right.
Even we are engaged with the external material, whole lot of attractions. The way the tortoise withdraws its senses the moment it sees a prey. So similarly, we also should withdraw our senses because we should not get instigated by the external glamour of the world. That's what the tortoise represents.
Absolutely right. Hence, you see the senses also here: eyes, nose, ears, all are drawn on top of the shell of this thing. Yes, PS Priyaradha Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, same thing. Like, I think it's the ornament I saw from the with my vision. Like, the ornament just giving up all the sense gratification and everything, and touching the lotus feet of Krishna, Lord, cow, like the milk, the just attaching to, like, giving the all that sense gratification and attaching to the devotional service to Krishna.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely right. And yes, it can be seen as an ornament because there's a small red emerald which is actually embedded here. So yes,
Prabhuji, it looks like a turtle also to me.
It is a turtle. So it has got
Okay.
2 feet here and the nose here. And the Lord is lying down in the ocean of milk. The milk itself is shown in the whiteness of the cow. It's an artistic way. And everything is glorious, that it's in the textile kind of border, which says that it's the South Indian side of things. So in this way, we can see through the pictures. So now you know all the 6 do's and the don'ts through pictures. Thank you very, very much for today's attendance. I think we have taken a lot of time. So these are the 4. But before I sign out, I would like to say that Gopinam Mahima Kashit Tasam Ekopi Sakyate Namaya Swamukhe Kartum Merur Makshikayak Yatha. As a small bee has no power to swallow the Mount Meru, I have no power to describe the glories of these verses or even to describe one of the gopis' glories. So that's where I would take all your help. Yadatra skalitam kinchit vidvam satpurayantu tat yadatra saushtubam kinchit tadguru reva menami. Whatever errors are there, you guys are all experts and all devotees are very panditas. Please correct those mistakes, and whatever wonderful or whatever great thing that you heard today, none of that is mine. All glories to the spiritual master. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, comments, critiques, feedbacks, clarifications, more than welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Haridas, Varya Prabhuji, thank you for explaining the second verse so beautifully in such depth. Thank you for sharing the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam and for a very interactive class, as always. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you, Prabhuji. Nita Gandharika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful nectarian class. And thank you for revising the previous class, though, because even though we are hearing it, I was hearing those classes, but still it's a week gap, right? Week's gap. If you say first station, it's a week's gap. So thank you so much. That helps me, Prabhuji, because I keep forgetting things very easily, especially related to Krishna. Other things are there in my mind. So, Prabhuji, I really like the example that you are giving of the, when your boss asked how many people are going to be there for the holidays, then you said 20, and how many people are working? It's only one. So I was thinking, Prabhuji, I usually give my attendance every single day, but I'm not sure how much I'm learning or how much I am taking and applying it. Is my attendance like the people who are just coming to the office not working? So Prabhuji, please, needed blessings and prayers so that we get, when we join these classes, we hear attentively and apply something in our life, Prabhuji. I was thinking about that. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for your realization. You are in the best company of Bhakti Sangha Java Group devotees, stalwarts, excellent devotees. And they are the ones, just by staying in their company, we can go back home, back to Godhead. So it's very fortunate that you are able to log in every day, take the blessings of just being in the association of devotees. Thank you very much, Mataji. Anybody else who has any questions?
Devotees like yourself.
No, Mataji. I come once in a while, like a thunder and a lightning, which gives no benefit.
We'll catch your lotus feet. Will not let you go.
Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम टू योर सिंसियर सेवा। प्रभु जी, आपने बताया था वो लास्ट एग्जांपल टर्टल का दिया था, तो दैट इज लाइक अम्बरीश महाराज की हमें हमारी सब इंद्रिया भगवान की शरण में लगाना है। एंड गैया रानी इन वृंदावन धाम एंड एवरीवेयर, दैट इज यू। श्रील प्रभुपाद, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, गोपीनाथ की जय। थैंक यू फॉर योर डीप डिवोशनल एसोसिएशन। दंडवत प्रणाम।
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the comments. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Looking always forward to all the sessions. Previous also with the Ramayana, it was really wonderful, and now this looking forward. And when you recap the things, it makes it easier to relate, and it's depicted in the pictorial form is also wonderful. Prabhuji, always looking. Thanks, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The pictures goes to Keshav, as I always say. I'm always inspired by his pictures. So all glories to Keshav. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions apart from comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just now, because you said this, the pictures go to Keshav Ji, of course. He's a political cartoonist, newspaper cartoonist, even these things. But deciphering them, what they represent or what they could tell us, I think that's all you, Prabhuji. So thank you so much for that. Thinking that we can think of so many things from a picture is good. And thanks to the devotees also who participated. And there's a lot of insights and eye-openers, actually, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Actually, he's a good inspiration for anybody who paints. All our Srila Prabhupada's purports, every line can be a painting. And if somebody can pick up the Krishna book and read every paragraph, it's actually a television into the spiritual world. And if somebody is gifted, at least I don't have, but somebody is gifted to draw in such a way. And even today, we see so many pictures which were drawn, so many paintings that were drawn by Srila Prabhupada's disciples are adorning every temple. So beautiful pictures. And they are the windows into the spiritual world. So, anybody who is having the skill should pick up the Krishna book, read those pastimes, and draw with their imagination as given in Krishna book. So the pictures were shared only to inspire more painters, artists, which is one section that also we need to grow as a movement. So that is the only thing. Thank you, Mataji, for your comments. Hare Krishna. There are no
Hare-
more questions. Back to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If there are no more realizations, I would like to thank His Grace Haridas Varya Prabhuji for his valuable time and association this morning. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a very in-depth and very beautiful class. The devotees in the chat thanking you for a beautiful class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Waiting eagerly to get your association next Friday. I would like to
Yes.
pay my obeisances to His Grace Haridas Varya Prabhuji and all the assembled devotees. Do I have your
Thank
permission
you,
to close up our call, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः समस्त वैष्णववृंद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय राधाविशेष मंत की जय हिज ग्रेस हरिदास वर्या प्रभु जी की जय
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Koti
Hare
koti
Krishna.
dandavat
Prabhuji,
pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Close for today. See you all. Hare Krishna.